Done?
Yes, ma'am.
So, in today's topic, we are going to study different uses of water. Can anyone tell me what are the different uses of water? Anyone? Yes, Rosni?
Ma'am, for bathing,
Yes.
washing,
Yes.
cooking,
Yes.
and cleaning.
Very good. Drinking. Any other use? Pranavi? Cleaning. So these are the different common uses of water. So Ashka, can you read the topic for me? Water for humans.
Yes, ma'am. Water is a basic necessity. We use water for several purposes. At home, to bath, wash, drink, cook, etc.
Okay. So at homes we are using water for different purposes like washing, cooking, drinking, cleaning. Can anyone live without drinking water?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is water required to cook? Can anyone cook without water?
No, ma'am.
Washing?
No, ma'am.
That means in all these works we require water. Now, at farm, Ashka continue.
At the farm, to grow crops, farmers need to water the crops at regular intervals to get a good harvest. Plants would die without water.
Now, what does it mean? It means if you are not providing water to the crops, your crops will not grow. Can plants survive without water? So, we need to plant our crops at regular interval of time. That means after a proper duration, we need to water our crops. Second one is at work. Rosling, stand.
All
Industries.
industries use water for different purposes.
Now, how your industries use water for different purposes? For such industries like your textiles, fabrics, they need water. Then next one is for electricity. Now, Ashi, can you read for electricity?
Running water is used to generate electricity.
Now, how running water is used to generate electricity? You all might have seen windmill. Have you seen a windmill?
Yes,
Now, what happens in windmill? When wind blows, your windmill start rotating. Yes? And when this windmill start rotating, the electricity is generated. Same things is being used in the generating electricity through water. We are having a windmill on which water falls from a height. ठीक है ना? You might have seen dams. सबने dams देखे हैं?
Yes.
Yes. So dams are at height. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So when water falls from the height, the turbine starts rotating. When turbines start rotating, the electricity is generated, and this electricity is supplied to power station, and from power station it is distributed to different places. Next one is your for pleasure. Ashi, read the next one also.
For pleasure, people swim in pools of water and have fun. Children enjoy water games.
Okay. So, have you seen a water park without water?
No, ma'am.
So that means we need water for enjoyment also. And the last one is for travel. Purvika, can you read this for travel?
Boats and ships move on water bodies are used to transport goods and people.
Okay. So if I need to travel through boat, do I need water? Yes? Okay. So through water we can travel from one place to another also. So now we'll see a small video for the uses of water.
Water and its uses. Water is very important to us. We drink water every day with
First use of water is
We drink water.
very good.
we are thirsty. We use water to take bath,
The next one is
Bathing.
bathing.
wash our clothes, and for cooking.
Then the other uses are washing and cooking.
Animals and plants also need water too.
Like human needs water, animals and plants also need water. Can animals live without water? Can plants live without water? So plants and animals, they both require water.
Today, we can see water in lakes, rivers and seas. When it is raining, we see water drops falling to ground. Water is also found inside the ground.
Now, what is the main source of water? Very good. Main source of water is rain. Now, when there is a rain, your water is distributed into two sources. First one is your surface water source. Second one is your groundwater source. Surface water source means the water source which is visible from far itself. Can you name some surface water sources? So let me recall. It is lake, river, seas, ocean and ponds. These all are your surface water sources. Next one is your groundwater source. Now what is that groundwater source? When there is a rain, water seeps down inside the ground. The ground absorbs the water and it moves inside the ground, and when through some sources we take out this water is called as groundwater sources. So can we say some example of groundwater sources? It is and well, hand pumps and tube wells. What are they? Wells, hand pumps and tube wells.
When we dig wells, we can see water. We also use water to put out fires.
Another use of water is, if there is a fire, what we use? We use water.
Water is very precious. We should not waste water. In our homes, we can store water in pots and vessels. Water in the rivers can be stored by building dams.
If we want to store water in our home, we have to store in pots and vessels. Are we having different kinds of vessels to store water?
Yes,
Like tanks and all. But if we want to store water in rivers, we have to build a dam. You can see this one. This one is a dam. Now, why do we build dam? When there is a flowing river and there is a rain, what happened? The level of river rises. जब बहुत सारा बारिश होती है, तो water level क्या होता है? It rises up. So to use this water, to utilize this water, we build dams so that we can generate electricity. We can use water when there is a scarcity of water. Now, what is the meaning of scarcity of water? Scarcity of water means when there is less water for the usage.
Summary: we use water for drinking, washing and cooking. We get water from rains and from underground. We should not waste water.
Now, this was all about the water and its necessity. Now turn on your pages. Now we understand the topic, that is water for plants. So we all know that as we require water, plants also require water. Aradhya, stand and read water for plants.
plants need water to live. They use water to make their food. Water needs of plants.
Differ.
Plants like cactus and
Date palm.
date palms that grow in the desert need less water. Plants like lotus, water
ठीक है. So the plants which grow in water are called.
Aquatic
Very good.
plants.
The plants which grows in water are called
Aquatic
plants. Can some of you name one aquatic plant? Water lily. So lotus and water lily are your aquatic plant. That means they grow in water only. Now, apart from this, some plants require very less water. Now, what are the or name some plants which require very less water?
Cactus and
Sit. That is cactus and date palm. Cactus and date palms are the plants which grows in desert. ठीक है ना? ये वो plants है जो कहाँ grow कर रहे हैं? Desert. So the desert plants require very less water. Okay, now we will see some adaptations in plants.
Water is necessary for life, whether we live in it or not. Water is needed by all living things, plants, humans and animals.
All these three needs water, whether it's a plant, whether it's human or animal. They all need water.
That's right, Golu. But how do plants and animals live in deserts? When
Now, there are desert plants and animals which require very less amount of water. If I am talking about cactus, it also requires less water, and if I am talking about camels, they also can live without water for many days. Now, firstly, we will discuss about the cactus plant. You all have seen cactus plant?
Yes, ma'am.
If I am saying your cactus plant is something like this, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
On this there are some horns.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen spines on them?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, can you tell me where are the leaves on cactus plant?
No, ma'am.
Where are the leaves?
No.
Cactus plant doesn't have leaves.
No, ma'am.
They have leaf. But where they have leaf, this is your spines. ये जो spines काटे ये thorn है, they are the modified leaf of cactus. What are they? Modified leaf of cactus. If I am talking, this is a normal leaf. Yes, this is a normal leaf.
Yes.
Now what happened? These leaves require much water. Can you see this is a big leaf?
Yes.
And if I am talking a leaf like this, which one is bigger? This one or this one?
Ma'am, this
Normal leaf is the bigger one. The bigger size of leaves require more water. ठीक है ना? जितना ज़्यादा water उसमें होता है, that much amount of water is transpirated. What is transpiration? When water is evaporated from the leaf, that is your transpiration. Now, these leaves require less water. So this is your cactus which grows in desert, and the leaf is modified into spine. Smaller size of leaf, smaller requirement of water.
where there is very little water, how do plants and animals live in water? Well, plants and animals adapt to live in areas with less water or underwater. Let's see how. Plants that grow on hills, in desert and in water have special adaptations to live in these areas.
Adaptation means when they are modifying themselves to live in certain situation. ठीक है ना? Like you can see people living in Rajasthan, they are adapted to less water situation. If I am talking about the people who are living in Jammu and Kashmir, what is the environment there or what is the climate there? It is hot or cold? So people living in Jammu and Kashmir are adapted to the cold climate. In the same way, plants and animals are also adapted to the different climatic condition and Unavailability of water.
Trees in hilly areas have needle-like leaves and a conical shape. Rainwater and snow slides off the trees and does not spoil them.
Now, when we are talking about the trees present in the hilly area, they are having a needle-like shape. Okay, now I explained you what is a needle-like shape. And secondly, when you are seeing the trees in the snow region, वहाँ पे जितने भी trees हैं, they are in the cone shape. Now, why they are in the cone shape? The reason is in the snowy region there is snowfall.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है ना? If my tree is something like this, इसके ऊपर बहुत सारा snow deposit हो जाएगा. Yes, but if my tree is something like this, then there would be a deposition of snow. All the snow will slide and downward movement. So in this way, the leaves get protected from the snowfall.
Lotus leaves are waxy and waterproof.
Now, when we are talking about the lotus plant, which kind of plant is a lotus plant?
Aquatic plant.
Very good. It is a aquatic plant. If I am putting a leaf in water, अगर मैंने एक leaf को water में डाल दिया, what will happen after 2 days? Very good. It will start ticking, है ना? वो खराब होने लगेगा. तो लोटस का जो प्लांट है वो तो completely हमेशा वाटर में रहता है. So why does the leaf doesn't get damaged? इनकी leaves damage क्यों नहीं होती है? How they are waterproof? Someone goes and put waterproofing there?
No, ma'am.
Then how they are waterproof?
Ma'am, oxygen no.
That is okay. Oxygen मिलता है वो ठीक है, लेकिन waterproof कैसे होते हैं? What is the meaning of waterproof? Waterproof watches होती हैं, waterproof mobiles होती हैं, जो गीला नहीं होता है. ठीक है ना? मतलब उनके ऊपर होती है प्रोटेक्शन लेयर, है ना, जो उनको गीला नहीं होने देती है. तो how this lotus leaf becomes waterproof? किसी ने जाके उनके ऊपर प्रोटेक्टिंग लेयर लगाई है? Then naturally. How they are naturally waterproof? सबने वैक्स देखा है?
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? क्या वैक्स के ऊपर पानी स्टे करता है? So these lotus leaves are having waxy coating. By nature उनके ऊपर एक waxy coating होती है, जिस वजह से the leaves doesn't get damaged. क्या होता है? Leaf damage नहीं होती है. For whole of the life span, पूरी लाइफ स्पैन में वो लोटस प्लांट जो है वाटर के अंदर रहता है, but still the leaf doesn't get damaged due to the waxy coating. Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Flat, wide, waxy leaves and long hollow stems help the leaves float on water.
Now you might have seen कि whenever you are seeing a lotus plant, है ना, उनकी leaves हमेशा surface पे रहती है, ऊपर रहती है, अंदर क्यों नहीं जाती? Why doesn't it go moves inside the water? Can anyone answer me that why a boat is floating on the water?
Ma'am, because it is heavy.
It is heavy, that's why it's floating, or it is lighter, that's why it is floating. It is light. So in the same way, when we are talking about the stem of your lotus plant, it is hollow from inside. Can you see these holes?
Yes,
है ना? These holes make stem of lotus light. क्या बना देते हैं उनको? Light. That's why the leaves of lotus can float on the water.
Cactus, which grows in deserts, has spiny leaves that help save water. The green fleshy stems store water and make food for the plant.
Now, when we are talking about the desert This one is a stem.
Different crop plants need different amounts of water. Paddy,
Now, when we are talking about the different types of crops, they need different kinds of water. Like if I am talking about wheat, ठीक है ना? All of you have seen in the field of a wheat,
Yes.
है ना? So they require a regular irrigation. Irrigation means watering the crop. जब आप regular interval पे water करते हैं crops को. Next one is about your paddy field. Do you know what is a paddy field? Paddy field पता है किसी को? Have anyone seen the rice field? Rice field देखिए.
Yes, yes.
How it is? Okay. So when I am talking about a field, that is, this one is your wheat. ठीक है ना? In wheat, what I do, I just sow the seeds. इसके अंदर seeds डालूंगी. I water them and the crops will grow. ठीक है? But when I am talking about the rice field, first what we'll do, we'll make a paddy field. Now, what is this paddy field? Paddy field means the first initiative field of rice. इसमें हम क्या करते हैं? We make some sections, ठीक है ना? And we just fill these sections with water. Can you see like this? There is water. Can you see this?
Yes.
This field is filled with water और इसके अंदर आप जो है rice के seeds लगाते हैं. After some times what happen? Small plantlets. In picture 1 you can see plantlets. Small plantlets, they will grow like this. When they grow like this, what we'll do? We'll take such plants and transfer it into the another field. So in this way, each crop have different requirement of water. Clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
tea needs lot of water to grow well. Sugarcane needs less water. Animals living in deserts, cold areas and underwater.
Now, as we have studied about the plants, we will study about the animals. We were having 3 different kinds of plants, one with less water, one with more water and one with average water. In the same way, we will study about the adaptation in animals. Animals who require very less water, animals who require average water, and animals who live inside water. So animals who live inside water are called as?
Aquatic animal.
Very good. They are called aquatic animals.
Have special adaptations to live in these areas. Here is a quick recap about adaptation in plants and animals for water.
Now, when we have studied about the adaptation of plants and animals, so we have studied the plants in hilly region, aquatic plants and plants in desert region. When we are talking about adaptation for animals, we study about the polar bear. Where it is found, polar bear is in
Ma'am,
cold area. So they are having furs on their skin and they also require only average water for their survival. Coming on to the next topic, that is your aquatic animal. Can you name some aquatic animals? Whale and shark and dolphin. That means all kind of fishes.
starfish.
Octopus. They all are aquatic animal. That means they completely live inside the water. Then the last one, that is animals which require very less water. So the animals which require very less water is your camel. Camel lives in desert. water inside the body and can survive without the water for many days. Clear till here?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you are clear with the uses of water?
Yes, ma'am.
Then water for plants, water for animals. Asha, can you read Save Water?
Yes, ma'am. It is important to use water wisely and not waste it. Wise and careful use of water is called water
Conversation.
Close the tap while brushing teeth. Use bucket and mug to have a bath instead of taking a shower. Get leaking taps and pipes repaired. Plant and sapling every year on your birthday. Please help to conserve water. Practice rainwater harvesting, a method to store rainwater for later use. Pour the water left in your water bottle in a potted plant. Clean cars and scooters by using a bucket and mug and not with a hose pipe.
Okay. So now we are going to read the next topic, that is Save Water. So it is important to use water wisely. Using water wisely means you should use the water in a responsible way without wasting the water. Now, wise and careful use of water. Can anyone tell me what is wise and careful use of water?
Ma'am, we should not waste water.
Using water without wasting water. This is called as water. This is water conservation. Conservation means to save water. So first thing which we are studying, that is close tap while brushing the teeth. How many of you are there who are brushing the teeth and the taps are open? You are doing so? Tap खोल देते हैं and then we are brushing the teeth. So what we should do? While brushing the teeth, we should only open the tap when it is required, and when the water usage is finished, we should close the tap. Second one is use bucket and a mug to have bath instead of taking shower. Now, if I am giving you one bucket of water to bath, you will bath in that itself. एक bucket में complete कर देंगे. But if I have told you कि you can use shower, वो shower आप 15 minutes के लिए भी use कर सकते हैं, 20 minutes के लिए भी use करते हैं, half an hour के लिए भी use कर सकते हैं. So in which of the method you are wasting water? And in which method you are saving water? So which method we should use? Bucket and a mug. Very good. Then next one is get leaking taps and pipe repaired. Have you seen sometimes a tap is not functioning properly? उसमें से एक drop पानी गिरता रहता है. Have you seen?
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? So what we should do if we are seeing such things? Repair करना चाहिए. क्यों? Because single drop of water is wasted. अगर हम उस एक drop of water को bucket में fill करते हैं, we will find कि in hour or 2 hours एक पूरी bucket भर जाती है. So what we should do? Whenever there is leaking pipes or taps, we should repair them. Then the next one is plant one sapling every year on your birthday. Every year you are celebrating your birthdays.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we should do to save our nature? On our every birthday हमको क्या करना है? We should plant one sapling. Now we should plant one sapling because trees are helpful for rain. Trees किसमें help करते हैं हमको? Rain में. If there would be no trees, there would be no rain. So what we should do on our every birthday? We should plant one sapling. Then practice rainwater harvesting. How many of you know about the word rainwater harvesting? Have you seen rainwater harvesting? What it is? this. These are your terrace. Terrace है. आपके terrace पे कैसा पाइप रहता है? Have you seen this pipe?
Yes, ma'am.
Wherever there is a rain, जब भी rain होती है तो क्या होता है यहाँ पे? Water जो है यहाँ collect होता है और इस पाइप के थ्रू नीचे आ जाता है.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So are we utilizing the rainwater or we are replacing the rainwater?
I'm utilizing.
How you are utilizing? नीचे चला गया.
I'm wasting.
You are wasting the water. So rainwater harvesting is a method in which you can utilize rainwater. आप क्या use कर सकते हैं? Rainwater. Now what is the method to use the rainwater? जब आपके घर में terrace के ऊपर पानी भर जाता है, this pipe, what you can do? You can just attach one more pipe like this. ठीक है ना? And you can either transfer it into a tank. आप इसे टैंक में डाल सकते हैं या फिर you can place it near your boring so that आपका ground water level बढ़ जाए. Have you seen in summers आपकी boring में पानी कम आने लगता है? पता है ना? क्यों? सूखने लगता है. ठीक है? We can do one thing. Here we can, in this tank we can put some stones, some gravels, that means small stones. Then we can put some sands and we can put some brick. इस टैंक में जब पानी आएगा, slowly the water get absorbed by the ground, and in this way we are helping to increase the ground water sources. What is rainwater harvesting? When you are utilizing the rainwater. Okay.
Oh no! Mom, no water in the wash basin.
Here's some water. Wash your hands.
Mom, I read in my book that there is a lot of water on earth. Then why we have these water taps?
Now, our earth is having a lot of water on it. ठीक है ना? When I am talking about the oceans and seas, there is lot of water. But can you use this ocean and seas water for your purpose?
No, ma'am.
Why can't you use that?
It is salty.
It is salty. Can we drink salty water?
No, ma'am.
Can you wash clothes and utensils with salty water?
No, ma'am.
Why?
And because it is salty.
So what will happen if it is salty? No. We cannot wash anything with the salty water. The reason is, आप सबने देखा होगा whenever with normal water. Normal water से जब आप hand wash करते हैं with your soap, there are some bubbles.
Yes, ma'am.
That means your soap is cleaning your hands. But instead of normal water, you are using salty water. अगर आप salty water use करेंगे, तो bubbles will not come. Your soap will not react with salty water. और अगर soap salty water से react नहीं करेगा, तो ना ही आपके bubbles आएंगे, ना ही आपके clothes या utensil use होंगे.
That's true, Gia, but most of it is in oceans and seas. This water is very salty, so we cannot use it for drinking or other household uses. We use water from wells, ponds, lakes and rivers. This water needs cleaning to remove soil particles and germs.
If we are using water from wells and rivers, so what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to clean that water. First way to clean the water is आप करेंगे उसको filter. You can filter your water with the help of a cloth or a sieve. आपने वो cloth रखा, ठीक है ना? Then what will you do? You will take this lake water and pour it on the cloth. Cloth के ऊपर से डालेंगे so that dust and some stones can be removed. जब हम क्लोथ के ऊपर से डालते हैं तो क्या होता है, जो स्टोन्स हैं या जो मड है वो कहाँ रह जाएगा, क्लोथ के ऊपर. बाकी का पानी कहाँ जाएगा, नीचे. साफ पानी नीचे कलेक्ट हो जाएगा. Now the other way to clean it.
So the water which we get in the tap is very precious. We never waste water. Gia, please turn on the tap for the washing machine.
not always need to turn on the tap fully.
If there is a leaking, as I said, this is also kind of leaking, पानी बाहर निकल रहा है ना? So when on turning your tap, your water is coming out of the pipe, what should you do? You should close the tap unless this water stops.
Click the tap to slow down the flow of water.
Is there a waste of water?
Yes.
So now what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to slow down.
Taking a shower wastes a lot more water using a bucket.
Click the shower to see how many buckets of water you use when you take a long shower.
So when you are taking a shower, instead of one bucket, how many buckets you are wasting water? That is 3 buckets.
What's that sound?
Leaky taps waste a lot of water.
Click the tap to fix it and save water.
Now, water conservation, as I told, it means कि now we have to stop wasting water. Okay? So here there is a leaking tap, and whenever there is a leaking tap, what we are supposed to do? We are supposed to repair it.
That's good. Do you know, Gia? In places where it rains a lot, people collect rainwater to water the plants or wash clothes.
That's fine, Papa. Now I know a lot of ways to conserve water.
Now, are you clear with how water should be conserved?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है ना? What are the things that we can do to save water? Now, one more thing. When you are returning home, जब आप लोग घर जाते हैं और आप सबकी water bottles में पानी होता है, what do you do with that? Whenever a water is left out in your water bottle, you should not throw it. What you should do? You should give it to the potted plant. Okay. Then after this, the last point is your clean cars and scooters with bucket and a mug, and we should not use a hose pipe. Have you seen a pipe which is used to clean the cars?
Yes.
That is a hose pipe. So when we are using a hose pipe to clean the car, we use unlimited amount of water. जितना पानी चाहिए आप उतना वेस्ट करते हैं. But if I am giving you, just I said कि मैंने आपको 2 bucket water दिया है, and I said you have to finish washing off your car within this 2 bucket. What you will do? You will utilize only those 2 buckets. But instead, if you are using a hose pipe, what you will do? You will waste water as much it is needed. है ना? So what we should do? We should always use a bucket and a mug. Okay. Till here it is clear. Now your next topic is water pollution. Now Purvika, can you read water pollution?
Water pollution is human activities make water unclean and dirty. This is called water pollution. Man is generally responsible for polluted water bodies like lakes, rivers, ponds, seas, etc. Man pollutes them in the following ways: while washing clothes, bathing, and by throwing garbage, plastic bags, and etc.
Now.
By bathing in
Now, so we'll study about water pollution. What is water pollution? Dirty of water is called as the water pollution. है ना? So, now, how water pollution is caused? It is not caused naturally. ये nature से नहीं होता है. It is caused by human activities. किसके through होता है? Human activities. Now, what are these human activities? like washing clothes in a river, then
By throwing garbages.
Throwing garbages.
Bathing pets and domestic animals.
by bathing pets and domestic animals in a river. When you are bathing pets and domestic animals, or let me say when you are washing the clothes, क्या आप थोड़ा सा ही पानी गंदा करते हैं? Whole of the area is being polluted. ठीक है? So now we'll study about some of the ways in which your different water body is polluted. First one is by washing clothes, then by bathing, and then it is urinating. That means in villages earlier when there were no washrooms and toilets, people used to go near the river and get fresh up. So this is a kind of pollution only. The water is being polluted. Then next one is by throwing garbages, plastic bags. See what happened mostly, like if we are having a river nearby, ठीक है, हमारे घर पे बहुत सारा garbage collected हो गया है. Instead putting in the dustbin or waiting the municipal people to collect the garbage, what we do, we tie that things in a polythene bag और उसको कहाँ फेंक देते हैं हम? Water. So this is also a way of polluting water. Then as you said that by bathing domestic pets and cows and elephants. Now, have you seen animals?
Yes, ma'am.
Cows and buffaloes?
Yes.
They can sit anywhere,
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? And what the people used to do? They would take those animals to the river. कहाँ ले जाएंगे उनको? River में, and they will make their domestic animals to bath there. So, are we polluting the water here? Yes. Then the next one is by throwing carcasses of animals and humans. Now what is this carcasses? Carcasses means bones. ठीक है ना? When an animal dies, है ना? Or human dies, we collect the bones and what we do? We throw it inside the water. So are we polluting the water here again?
Yes.
Yes. So these are some activities, and the last one is whenever a factory wants to dispose the waste, जब किसी factory को अपना waste dispose करना रहता है, they usually prefer a water body. वो कहाँ throw करते हैं उसको? एक water body. So polluted water is harmful for us. क्या गंदा पानी पीने से हम healthy रहते हैं?
No.
So the polluted water is not healthy for us. Now, as it is not healthy for us, it is not healthy for aquatic plants. It is not healthy for aquatic animals also, because aquatic plants live in the water. Aquatic animals also live in the water itself. So, polluted water bodies affect aquatic plants and animals. Animals fall sick and even die. Now, when suppose if I am talking about a fish, ठीक है ना? A fish is living in a aquatic. A fish is an aquatic animal. अगर वो fish polluted water में रहती है तो क्या होगा? The fish will fall sick and finally will die. और अगर इसी sick fish को किसी human ने खाया तो क्या होगा? Human will also become sick. Okay. So now human who eat the sick fish, crabs, etc. also fall sick. Drinking polluted water causes disease like jaundice and cholera. If someone is drinking polluted water, the person suffers from diseases like jaundice and cholera. Now, there are some steps to reduce pollution. क्या कोई भी बता सकता है हम क्या क्या follow करेंगे so that water pollution can be stopped?
And factory waste should be cleaned before dyeing them in the water.
Very good. फैक्ट्री वेस्ट को रिवर्स में डालने से पहले आप उसको केमिकली ट्रीट कर सकते हैं so that your water bodies doesn't get polluted. Another one is
Bathing, washing, and urinating in lakes, rivers should be
very good. If someone is bathing in the lake or animals or washing or urinating, इन सारी एक्टिविटीज को क्या करना चाहिए? Discourage means we should demotivate them कि ये करना गलत होता है. And the next one is your drainage and water pipe should not be laid side by side. अगर ड्रेनेज और वाटर पाइप को आप साथ में रख रहे हैं, दैट मीन्स यू आर पोल्यूटिंग द वाटर इन द सम और द अदर वे. सो व्हाट यू शुड डू, ड्रेनेज का पाइप अलग होना चाहिए और वाटर पाइप शुड बी different. Now, this topic is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now, what you have to do whenever you are going at home, you will read this chapter, read all the points carefully, follow the steps how we should conserve water. Conserve water मतलब पानी को बचाना कैसे है. Second one is how we should stop polluting water. हमको पानी का pollution रोकना कैसे. Now, topics like water uses is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Then water for plants,
Yes, sir.
water for animals.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think so. The topic is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go at home, read the chapter nicely, and tomorrow we would be having a small questioning section in which we'll ask questions related to this chapter. Okay.